Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
%, my friend. 40%. Was there ever a time in your life that you didn't think that you could do something and you did it? Can you remember a time when you pushed and were pushed way past your comfort zone? When you were doing something that you felt was way above your pay grade, but you still got it done? What was your Mount Everest? What was your Mission Impossible that you never thought you could do, but somehow you did? Now, how did it make you feel when you completed this task? How did it change your perception on what you can do and what is possible for you? 40%, my friend. 40%. That is the rule that we are talking about. Now, this was concocted and created by none other than David Goggins, right? David Goggins is a retired Navy SEAL, competed in more than 60 ultra marathons, triathlons, and ultra triathlons, when you're swimming, biking, and running. He's a former Guinness World Record holder for over 4,000 pull-ups in 17 hours. And he's the only member of the U.S. Armed Forces to complete SEALs training, U.S. Army Ranger training, and Air Force Tactical Air Control training. I read in his book, Can't Hurt Me, that he completed 3 Hell Weeks in 1 year, and one with pneumonia. He's crazy. He's a beast. He's a machine. He's everything. He's everything that the badass would want to be. But he's got a rule. And it's called the rule of 40%. See, he believes that when your mind is telling you you're done, that you're exhausted, that you cannot possibly go any farther, that you're only actually at 40%. 40%, my friend. Meaning that when you feel that you are at your absolute limit and there is nothing left, that you cannot take another step, you have pushed yourself past exhaustion. That actually, you still have 60% left in the tank. It is that 60% that allowed Two young girls, 16 and 14, from Lebanon, Oregon, in April 1st, 2013, to lift a 3,000-pound tractor off of their father who was being crushed underneath. It is that 60% that allowed the Iceman, Wim Hof, Dutch adventurer and daredevil, to survive immersed in ice for an hour and 44 minutes. Also able to survive for 72 minutes outdoors in the North Pole while wearing nothing but shorts. It is that 60% of untapped potential that allows feats of just miraculous, amazing, superhuman strength, people lifting cars, spiked by adrenaline. Where do these things come from? I mean, you could call it many things. You could call it adrenaline spiked. You could call it divine intervention, right? You could say they got lucky, right? But is it really? Is it really? I'm asking my friend, what was a time in your life where you faced adversity and you pushed on? Not knowing how you got through, when you look back, when you reflect, not really understanding or quite knowing, but just realizing that you did it. Somehow, you made it work. This is the 40% rule, my friend. There is so much potential in us that is untapped. Potential that we do not even realize is there. May you realize, my friend, find a way to tap in, knowing that you can always look back on the instances, the achievements, the hallmarks of your life, the legendary moments that you had victory over opposition. And you can draw from them, pull from them, and allow them to push you forward. Allow them to push you onward, past those plateaus. Because, like one of my idols says, Bruce Lee, there are no limits. There are only plateaus. And you must not stay there. You must go beyond them. 40%, my friend. What's that 60 you've got left in the tank when you say you've got nothing at all? Learn to tap in and find that 60. I feel that we find it when we continue to discipline ourselves, when we continue to believe and have faith, when we continue against all odds, by any means necessary, to push past our comfort zone into our discovery zone. Into the realm of 60%. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP. That is the Open Palm Podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. The Open Palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. My friend, I pray that you did receive an encouraging message today from this episode, and that it would enlighten you, empower you to really tap in to that untapped potential, that 60% left in the tank that often goes underlooked. Often it never gets activated until our lives are in danger or until something drastic occurs. Learn to tap in before you need it, and you will find that you have it readily available for you. Share this episode with a like-minded individual who is learning and growing, becoming their greatest version, just like you. Pay it forward today with a message for those who have ears to hear. Many have asked how they can support the podcast. Well, my friend, if you resonated with this and gained value, I invite you to become a supporter, opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw. And supporting the podcast there is much appreciated. Even taking just a moment to give this a good rating on whatever platform that you have chosen to listen to it is much appreciated, my friend. I thank you. As always, have a blessed day or night, wherever you are. Take care. Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.